everyone. I hope your first week of being online has been alright. I'm posting this little video on how to do editing in Google Docs and in Microsoft Word just because I've gotten a few comments in the anonymous feedback that people are a little bit confused about how to do that. So I'm going to try to show you real quick. So first I'm going to show you how to do it in Microsoft Word. So I have my Microsoft Word document here open. And I have some comments here that you can see. So this is what it's going to end up looking like when you use track changes. So I'm going to go down to a part that's not got any changes on it yet, and I'm going to show you right here up in the corner where track changes is. So I'm under the review pane. So you have file, home, insert, design, layout, references, mailings, and then review. And in review is where, if you wanted to highlight a section, you can put a comment there. You can say, I really like what you're saying here, but I think you need to split it into a couple of sentences. You can also make your own actual edits. So if I want to make an edit, I want it to be showing my edits. So right up here, you have your comments, and then on the right of that, there's something called track changes. If I click that, it turns gray. That means track changes is turned on. So if I want to replace this with something else, you can see that it actually tracks my changes. And over here, it's saying who made this comment. So when I look at it, you can see my comments are in red, and so is my change. That's going to change, the color is actually going to change for each person who edits on there. So if you have two peer reviewers, they would actually show like a blue one and a green one, and I can see what you did to change based on their comments. I can see their suggestions. And if you find these suggestions distracting, you can go back up to the top part right here next to the track changes, and you can say simple markup. And you can see there it kind of hid my changes. And then when I go to look at it, I can look at it that way, or I can look at all markup. So that's how you would be doing it with your peer group if you're using Microsoft Word. So now here we are in Google Docs. You have it open on your screen, you're looking at the document. And what I want you to do in Google Docs, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you have shared it with your peer group. So you can enter their email addresses and mine. Mine is emery.euse@nau.edu. And I'm going to say can edit. Can edit is really important. You need to say can edit. You don't need to worry that other people being able to edit your document is going to mess it up, because you can see any changes that were made. So if I go in here and then I'm going to send that, so then you've finished sharing it with your group. And then if I go in here, I'm going to go over to this little pen in the corner. It's always there. And when you hover over it, it says editing mode. I'm going to change it to suggesting mode, although it doesn't matter which one you use. You can do editing or suggesting. But when I do suggesting, it turns all my edits to suggestions. So I have this highlighted. I can come right up here to comment. This little one right here is add a comment. And I can add a comment there. I can say this is a comment. And then I'll click comment to put it there. Or if I really think that they should delete this sentence, I'm gonna just delete it. And you can see there that when I'm in suggesting mode, it shows my deletion, and then they can either choose to accept it or not accept it. If I'm in editing mode, it will do that and it will make it disappear. But if I click on this, all changes saved in Drive right at the top, I can go in there and I can say show changes, and it will show me the suggestion and also what else I changed. Actually, it's not showing me what I changed because it's my own document, but if it's someone else's change, you'll see all those changes, whether it's in suggesting or editing. But I do recommend putting it in editing mode, in suggesting mode, so that you can see all those really clearly. And then when I go back through, same in Google Docs, if you have multiple people working on it, it will show those changes in different colors. And I want you to leave those in there. I want you to say, okay, I addressed your comment here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this comment. You can either say accept suggestion or you can say reject suggestion. But I'd like you to leave them. And you can reply to them by clicking on them. You can say, I accepted their suggestion. Or you can say, I didn't like their suggestion, so I decided to change it a little more. But I want you to show me kind of what you did, and I should be able to see what you did just by looking at it, so it shouldn't take a whole lot of commenting, but you may need to comment if you decide to reject their changes. This doesn't need to be super stressful. What I'm really looking for is that you get some comments from your peers, so if you accidentally delete one, you can put a little comment and say that, and that's fine. So that's your overview of how to use that track changes in Google Docs and in Microsoft Word. I just want to remind you also that I appreciate your feedback. Lots of people have been sending me emails, and I really appreciate you staying in touch. Please don't feel embarrassed if you're having trouble with a deadline. I know everyone's experiencing a lot of upheaval right now. This isn't the kind of class that we all thought we were getting into. So please stay in touch with me. My email address is emery.eves, like my first and last name, at nau.edu, or you can use the BB Learn messages, or you can use the discussion board that I set up. And I am trying to be very responsive. And I'm also willing to work with you to make this class work. So let me know how things are going, and don't be embarrassed if something's not going well, or if you feel like you've gotten so far behind that you can't catch back up, or if your project's changed and you're really worried and you feel like it's too late to reach out to me now. It's not too late. Just go ahead and send me an email and we can work things out. Have a good weekend.